I have a closed Facebook group for the podcast that I host called Complete Drivel. Now, feel free, go in, type Complete Drivel, search it, click it. I ask a lot of questions. And I've decided to create a little series called... I haven't actually come up with a name. Today's question is, what did you learn as an adult? And I got a lot of replies. So I thought I'd go through and I'll read some of the replies. When you snap your fingers, the sound is your finger against your palm. Is it? Oh, it is. I'm going to try and not hit my palm. Oh my God, I'm not hitting my palm. Can I recreate it? Wow, so far these are so riveting and amazing. There is an arrow on your fuel gauge reminding you which side your petrol tank is. A girl I knew at 26 realised cucumber was spelt with a C and not a Q. Working on the phone, she was using cucumber as the phonetic for Q. CCs stand for corn chips. Do they? Get out. CC's. CC's? I learnt that Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is the same tune as the alphabet song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Wait. Twinkle, twinkle, E, F, G. That's a good one. I didn't know what POTUS or FLOTUS was until last year. I'm a 39-year-old woman. Look, to be fair, I didn't know what it meant either until someone was like, POTUS stands for President of the United States and First Lady of the United States. POTUS and FLOTUS sounds like what a doctor might say. So tell me, sir, is your poo POTUS or FLOTUS? POTUS would be heavier and it would sink, and FLOTUS would be softer, so it would float. Oh yeah, the singer Flo Rida is from Florida. See, I worked that out on my own because his name is Flo Rida. It's Florida with a space in it. Sultanas are in fact dried grapes. This one got me. The numbers on a toaster aren't like for toastiness, they're minutes. Pineapples don't grow on trees. Isn't that? I thought they did. Have you ever seen how a pineapple grows? Look at it. It's just like a bush with a pineapple. A lug on the base of a microwave turnplate is actually the symbol for radiation warning. Oh my God. Elbow grease isn't something you buy at the shop. I was devastated when I found this one out. Rainbow paddle pops are just caramel flavoured. Oh my God. Remember the game Minesweeper? Well, I just used to think it was just a random click wherever and not get a mine. No, it turns out those little numbers, right, they actually mean how many bombs are touching each side of the square you've clicked. And then the game didn't actually become any easier whatsoever, and I still couldn't work it out. Afternoon means after 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is noon. Afternoon. Get stuffed. I don't know what I thought it was, but afternoon. It's afternoon. Morning. Morning. Does that mean something? More, and then ning means time. More time. Morning. I don't know what ning means. I'm assuming it means time in Asian or something. Oh, what's the ning? 2 o'clock. More. I want more time. And I do have that in the morning. That's a stretch. Guerrilla warfare does not mean gorillas hurting each other in the wild. I have a friend who thought that the cows rolled up the big round bales of hay. This was only discovered when driving past a field full of them, and they commented that, oh, the cows have been busy. Oh, Amanda, you need to surround yourself with smarter friends. Oh, okay, this one might get me into trouble. I thought bacon was its own food. I did not realise that bacon is pork. And I have a great story to tell you about this because I have a friend who can't eat pork. It's against their religion. And we were filming a YouTube video and it was guess the flavours of this, guess what's in the sandwich. And he specifically said, I can't eat like shellfish, I can't eat pork. And I was like, yeah, fine. I didn't realize bacon was pork. And so he takes a bite of the sandwich and he's eating it. He's like, yeah, he's going through it. And then he goes, is there bacon in this? And I was like, yes, that's one of the ingredients. And he goes, Christian, I can't eat pork. And I was like, dude, it's bacon, you moron. And he goes, where does bacon come from? And I went, pig. Oh my God, pigs. It's pork. And I was like, I'm so sorry. A friend of mine at the age of 40 thought you needed a passport to fly to Tasmania. Cats and dogs can be both genders. I grew up thinking all cats were female and all dogs were male. Claire was dropped on her head as a child. This is a really good one. A friend of mine thought taps were all made by the same company, C and H, because they all had C and H on them. It blew her tiny mind when I informed her that the C stood for cold and the H stood for hot. Oh yeah, I found this one out through a friend at work. But this little piggy went to market. Going to market doesn't mean the piggy had a basket and he was going to buy some organic fruit and vegetables. No. He was going to market to die and be slaughtered and sold at the market. Stainless steel is stainless. The W in Big W actually stands for Woolworths. What? No, it doesn't. Does it? It does stand for Woolworths. Breakfast is called breakfast because you're breaking your fast. Get out. Oh, Andy. Andy didn't realise Elton John was gay till about 5 years ago. The other day I told my youngest to use his head when he wanted to dry something on the floor and wasn't sure what to do. He kneeled down and literally was about to use his head. That is so cute. How am I going to clean this up, Mum? Oh, use your head. Not literally, you fucking idiot. That's so cute. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, this is from Andy again. Andy, you must live a very sheltered life. Prue and True from Kath and Kim, which is a very famous Australian comedy, were actually played by the same actors who played Kath and Kim. Andy, oh, I didn't know that. OOO means out of office. I thought it meant emergency, call the police. Mum, I really need you to dial OOO, it's an emergency. Okay, honey, I'll just put you out of office on your emails. Bye, have a great trip. Cat Stevens didn't sing Cats in the Cradle. Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon. I thought he did. Who sung Cats in the Cradle? Harry Chapin. Oh. Did you know there's a P in the post office logo? I did not know that. I just thought it was a collection of shapes that formed a circle. The song Macarena is about a girl cheating on her partner with his two best friends, having a threesome. What was they supposed to do? He was out of town and his two friends were so fine. Oh my God. The funny bone is called the funny bone because its real name is the humerus. When people tell you to hold your horses, they're telling you to be stable. Oh my God. For any Australian, this one wins this whole video. I learnt recently that the white behind the Shapes logo is actually the shape of the biscuit that's inside the box. No. It is too.